to show the bug fix description. The description, I just create a separated, a dedicated document to describe my fix, and I create a pull request to create the to submit this this description. So so let's go through it. Basically, in current code, the egress ACL flow are covered, but still we have some issue related to it. One is that currently there is a restriction which prevent the support for ACL range in the in egress ACL table. Okay, you can see in the code there is it's just roll out the ACL range correct from the ACL from the egress ACL. It's only supported in the ingress. So this restriction should be removed to support the ACL range in the egress ACL table.
Keyboard.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think it's for multiple people we have audio voice issue. Seems like it's breaking out. Can you try again? Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you mind to repeat? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Can you see the
yes.
document? Okay. Yeah. In current implementation, generally most of the egress ACL flow are covered, but there is still two issues tested. One is that the error for post ACL range only supported in the egress table, in the ingress ACL table. If you look at the code, you can see that there is code explicitly roll out support ACL range on the egress table. So this code should be removed. This is the first issue. Second issue is that for the ACL raw mirror supporting, for the ACL raw mirror, it only supports the ingress mirror action. Egress mirror action not supported. In the side level, it's defined two different action for ingress mirror and the egress mirror. You can see that there is two say action, say ACL entry attribute action mirror ingress, and the say ACL entry attribute action mirror egress. Currently, in the current code, when we create an ACL mirror rule, there is no way to tell it's ingress rule or egress rule. So only ingress mirror action will be assigned to the rule. So to fix this, we need to add one member to the ACL raw mirror to indicate the stage of the ACL table. So I add M table stage to the ACL raw mirror, so it can indicate this table is an ingress table or egress table. And also in the create flow, we add some code to in the ACL creation flow, we add some code to determine whether this this row is ingress row or egress row. For the ingress row, we assign the psi ingress mirror action to it, and if it's egress row, we assign the egress mirror action to it. So this is the mainly change for the ACL raw mirror to support egress mirror action. And below is a flow chart which showed the current flow for the ACL mirror creation. You can see that there is assign proper mirror action according to the stage. This is the new added part to the ACL regression flow creation. So this is the change. This is the fix for the ACL raw mirror action support on Egress. And of course, we added some virtual test, SWSS virtual test to cover the new flow. We added some dedicated test cases for Egress ACL table creation, deletion, and various Egress ACL rule verification with Egress ACL table, and also add a dedicated test case for the Egress ACL mirror verification. So this is the mainly change for the bug fix of ACL of Egress ACL support. Any comments?
Daddy.
If no further comments, I will create a pull request to submit my code change later on, and we'll welcome your comments to the code and also to this description document.
Sure. One question I have is this the Egress Echo supported by all the ASIC platform?
I'm not quite sure, but from the side level, all the functions and all the attributes are there. So I'm not sure for the SDK level, maybe is some vendor not supported, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay. But so this change will not affect the default echo rule, right?
No. If you create an egress ACL table, you need to explicitly configure it as to configure each stage as egress. So if you create a ingress ACL table, there is no impaction. This flow is only applied to the egress ACL table.
Okay. So I just want to make sure that it will not break the existing function, just in case some ASIC might not support this egress echo.
Okay. Also, I have talked to Guohan previously. He said maybe we'll add some capability detection in the side radius level. So if some platform don't support, for example, egress ACL, maybe there is some return from the side radius level, and to indicate to the occasion that this is not supported on this platform, something like that.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments or thoughts? Okay, let's go ahead.
Okay. I think that's all for my ACL egress fixed part. Next, Mikola should present the RIF counter design. Mikola, are you online?
Let me check. Yes, I think I saw Mikola. Hi, Mikola. Can you hear us?
Let me try to ping him from Skype.
Mm-hmm. And there is a question on the chat window saying how many egress echo can have mirror action? Any limits?
Let me check. Yes. How many egress ACL can have mirror action? Any limit? I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's related to the platform. For the SONiC level, I don't think there is a limitation in the SONiC level.
Yeah, comments is shouldn't it be depends on the chip instead of the software side?
Yeah, my understanding that it's related to the chipset. In the SONiC level, I didn't see a limitation for the ACL row number. Okay, Mikola just replied. Give him several seconds.
Hey, can you hear me well?
Yeah, Mikola, we can hear you.
Okay, let me try to share my screen.
Okay, we can see your screen now.
Hello?
Yes, hi, Gohan. We can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
I was not able to talk when I joined from phone. I have the question that's similar to Jipan. I think how can I think we need to be able to since not all the ASIC have this egress mirroring capability. So I'm thinking like how can we add that? How can the the SWSS detect the ASIC capabilities? So that we know that some ASIC is not supporting that feature.
Gohan, last time, maybe one month ago, I think Andrew have some discussion with you on some meeting, and some idea is that add some mechanism in the side radius level, and to have this kind of capability detection, if I remember correctly.
Is there some design around this one to support that?
No, not in my current design. So there is those some platform don't support the egress SL table, right?
Yeah. I think some platform does not support the egress mirroring. So either the side need to provide the capability query, or there was some ask not to put those code into the SWS as instead of we are able to query the capabilities and then query capability from the vendor side, and then they are able to tell us whether they support this attribute or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is just a comment. I think going forward we might see more and more such case, especially for some advanced features which we don't have. Some of the ASIC don't have the support. Then we'll need to have this capability queries to be available in the site. Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah. Otherwise, when the user create will get errors. Yeah. So in the current case, probably the syncd will turn error and then all caching will crash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, understood.
Yeah, so this is some common issue we may address in the future, right? So right now, I think if the site cannot support it, so there will be some I don't know, error or some return the information or message. So
Okay.
Okay. If no further comments or questions for the SL part, I think maybe Mikola can start.
Yes, sure. So this is a design about the RIF counters feature, which is going to expose level 3 counters for router interfaces and VLANs in CLI and also telemetry and possibly SNMP. So we have now the show interfaces counters for the L2 counters, and this feature is going to have a CLI for show interfaces counters RIF in a similar manner to output the received and transmitted packets, bytes, and rates and errors. There will be two ways to issue the CLI without specifying the interface name. We will have a table view of all the interfaces, and also with specifying the interface name, we get another view which is more debug friendly, just for one interface. So currently the SAI router interface object has 8 counters in total. Here is relations between the output and the underlying counters. So for this change, we will have to add new counters in the counters DB and a few mappings to map the counters to the interfaces. This will reuse some of the portstat utility code. So for the feature, an extension of flex counter is needed to work with the router interfaces. Okay, so this will the flex counter will use the SAI router interface API to get the interface stats. Also, yeah, the counters should be available through the SONiC telemetry. Here are some example visual paths to get them. Yeah, the one big open question we'd like to really discuss is SNMP support. It's not in the original requirement, and we'd like to know if it's needed, if it's something useful and something we should do. And if yes, there is a question of the MIP to use. because there is already the interface MIB, which provides level 2 counters for the internet, and there is some problem with that, and also it has more specific OIDs like errors and drops separately, while the router interface object has only errors, which is the sum of all the different drop. So yeah, any questions?
Okay, there is a question on the chat window. Besides FCS error, how many types of errors are included in the error packets?
Yeah, the error packets include both errors and discards, and it's a compound of all the possible. It basically it depends on the SDK implementation of it.
Okay, I'm looking at the chat window. There's a few things. Will we have a breakdown based on packet size in future? I saw Niat's answer is some vendors combine L3, L2 on the ports, others allow to differentiate also in the specific level. Okay, I believe the questions on the chat window have been answered by Niat. Santosh or Alan, does that answer your questions?
Was just thinking like, right, so routing interface being a logical interface, is the SI attribute, maybe not all silicon can support such type of counters, because if we consider a VLAN, the VLAN can have multiple physical ports, and the VLAN could be associated with a routing interface. So getting a counter across all the ports in the VLAN can be cumbersome. So this is something can be handled at the application itself, instead of querying the SI. Makes sense?
Yes, there is something already with the L2 interfaces of LUX when the application is collecting all the counters from the members and adding it. But for this one, you rely on the SDK to correctly handle the members.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Okay, should we go ahead?
Please. Thank you. Thank you.
Any feedback on the SNMP part?
So actually, this the fourth question, open questions, is for the users. We have one way to provide query to the counters through telemetry. And the question for the users is SMP MIP necessary? Or do you see your user scenarios you need to query through SMP? Yeah, what's hidden here is if there's no user scenario, so we will just stop at the third section to provide telemetry, not through SMP query. Okay, seems like there is no comments. Oh, let me look at the chat window. Okay, I see that Lia's comment is she believes CLI and telemetry are the right way. SMP is only if needed. Yeah. If anyone has the use case, we can always add later. I think there is someone add a RFC. The interface group meet.
This looks very similar of the RFC 1213, the interface MIPS that we have already implemented. And the problem with that is, as we discussed on the Microsoft meetings, that we already have the level 2 counters for the Ethernet ports here, and we could differentiate between the Ethernet ports and the RIFs by specifying a different if type, but it looks like we don't have an if type for RIFs, so we use 6, the Ethernet CMA SCD for both RIFs and Ethernet ports. It's an overlap.
So on the chat window, Jing is asking to make sure is the error packets inside the dropped packet due to table miss or echo block reasons. If you look at chat window, he's asking if we include the error packet into the drop packet.
Yes, I think it should include that. Probably the in error packets it includes it returns the sum of all of the drops. So. Well, for this feature, just query from SCI and what's included in the actual value and what's not depends on the SCI implementation. So
Okay, any other comments or thoughts on this design?
So actually, I have one comment regarding the CLI format. Like, do we have some convention like how to organize the CLI command? right now it's like show interface counter RIF. I'm not sure it is the right order or it is following something. To me, it sounds like it should be some like show interface RIF counter. Any comments here from the community? Nicola, what do you think? Like show interface RIF counter?
Yeah, when I thought about it, I looked
Because
at
later on,
the
there may be some other attribute for the RIF interface. So we can add some another CLI like show interface RIF, another thing, right? So following this way, we can easily to expand.
On the chat window, yeah, the currently L2 counters, like show interface counters, are in this format, are in this order.
True. Okay.
Show, for example, show interface counter tunnel.
Okay. But I don't really like it. So
Yeah.
not really speak.
Okay. Yeah. Jing actually helped to post the PR on the chat window. If you have any comments after this meeting, please feel free to add it there so that Mikola can get it and address it in the PR. So with that, we finished today's technical questions discussing. We still have a few minutes to finish. We can open to questions from the community if you have any. Yeah, thanks, Mikola.
Thanks.
Hi. I had a question on the SONiC 2018-11 branch. Is there a plan to create like a tag or a label on that branch, which would be like a release label?
That's a very good question. That we, as you know, that we already branched it out.
Right. But we still see commits going in that branch, like as bug fixes.
You are right.
Pretty much every other day.
You are right. Because in this release we added actually a few pretty big features, and some of them need from the ASIC vendor like SDK or SI release, so that what you have seen are bug fixes mainly, or from the platform side of work.
Okay, so this branch will continue to get some fixes, commits for some more time till it really stabilizes.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we know the timelines when, or like when we would call like a release like a GA or a final release from this branch? Is there a timeline defined for that? Do we know?
Let me come back in from the next community meeting. Yeah, because
Okay.
from our current work, it seems like getting close. Yeah, but we are, to be frank, we still see some bugs. So yeah, that's what we are doing. yeah, working very hard on
no
that.
problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
And just one more for related question. So
Mm-hmm.
if there are any fixes going in the 2018-11 branch,
Mm-hmm.
do they automatically get into the master also, or there has to be two different commits for that?
Usually it goes to the master and cherry pick to 11 November
Oh,
branch.
okay. Okay, so the first fix goes to master, and then you guys cherry pick into 2018-11. Fair enough. Understand. Thank you.
Yeah, I think just to comment on that, I think if any fixes you want to go to the 11 branch, I think you need to create an issue in the build image, so stating that you want to cherry pick this one to the 11 branch, and then we'll do that and close that issue.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions
Yep. Thank you.
to the community or general questions?
I think that for the question I had at the beginning.
Oh,
yeah.
you wanna see how to see the how many people participate?
And not only that, because usually when using Skype, when people talk, I can see his name, but now it's just a button. I couldn't see his name at all.
You are right. Actually, this is new to me too. Let me try to share my screen. Yeah. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
So for me, I'm able to see this was the people who talked. And if I click on this button, it show me who are currently in this meeting.
Yeah, it looks
Do you see it in your application?
No.
We don't see it in our application actually. Yes, we know that you can see, but when we click on that button, it's all empty.
Oh, I see. You see it at the bottom? Is that right?
Yes, at the bottom we see that.
I see.
At the bottom, for most people, I just see at the button. There's no name on there.
I can ask. Frankly speaking, this is new to us, and we were very used to Skype too. Yeah, this is where you see the chat window, conversations. Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
Yes, finally.
So for this, if you want to see the chat window, you click the chat. That will put the desktop sharing window to a small corner, and then put your chat window to the main tab. Did you see the chat icon at the top left corner?
This one.
If you click that one, it will put chat window up as a big window, and then you can see that the team window goes to the corner. But if you click the team window again, it will bring up the team window.
You mean this team window?
No, the one at the bottom, right? Yeah. If someone was sharing, then yes, you are sharing, so it will bring back that sharing window up.
Yeah. Actually, Jipan was asking for people's name here, for example, PS, is that Prince?
That PS is Prince Sunny, I guess, but anyways.
Yeah, he want to see.
I don't know how to get people's name.
Yeah, for me, I'm able to see it from here. I can ask the team's team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can ask. Yeah.
Anyways, I would like to take this opportunity. Thanks for the great question earlier. I want to take this opportunity to reiterate to the community that for any bug fixes, the PR should be created against the master branch. It shouldn't be created against the 2018-11 branch. And any change that we need to pick into 2018-11 branch, we will cherry pick it. Only when there is a merge conflict, we cannot cherry pick directly. We will ask the author to create a PR against the 2018-11 branch.
Okay. Yeah, that's very clear. Thanks, Yin.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, everyone, for this meeting. I will ask OCP staff to post it on the SONiC wiki. Yeah. then talk to you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.